welcome back. So when I had gone to get the Ardell stuff from Sally last week, I think it was, the reason that I had gone was because I had gotten an email about some new collab products that were dropping at Sally, and you know, I think I said it in the video, I don't remember. I saw the Ardell stuff on the website, but I don't know if you guys remember, I did a collab video months ago. I'll link the video below, and I wasn't like super impressed with any of their products, but I didn't try any of the eyeshadows. I had just tried some of the complexion products. So when I got the email that they had dropped 3 new palettes, I went to the store to look at them because I was really, they looked really pretty in the email, and I was like, ooh, I kind of want those. But then when I got to the store, I looked at them, and 2 of them really weren't anything special. One is a warm tone palette, like super warm. It's called Tropic Like It's Hot, and I will put a picture up somewhere of both of the ones that I didn't get. I'll put a picture up somewhere. So the first one is called Tropic Like It's Hot, and it is a bunch of oranges, really, really bright oranges and stuff like that. I can't exactly remember what it looked like, but like I said, the picture will be up here so you can see it. And then the other one is called Strike a Rose, and it was more of a muted rose toned palette. Kind of, I don't know what to call it. It was just really boring, so I was just like, oh, no. And then the third one, the one that I got, which I cannot see, oh, it's called Sunset Dreams, and it looks like this. Of course, it doesn't come with a mirror. These are $14.99 a piece, and this is what Sunset Dreams look like, and I really got it because, like, in relation to the other 2 palettes, it just looked very unique, and the colors are really nice. Now, I used this a couple of days ago, and I actually forgot to film the intro and the outro for it because I really wasn't trying to film a video for it. PSA, I'm probably going to be very scarce with videos for the next couple of weeks. I got a new freelance contract, and it is kicking my ass. So the sheer amount of research that I'm having to do is just, is a lot. So I keep forgetting about videos, or I do half of a video and then I don't do the other half. And it's a lot. There's a lot happening right now. But I did film me putting it on because I need to get out of the house that day, and I just decided to use it. So I did film that, but I didn't film an intro for it, so that's what we're doing now. But I will insert the video of me using this palette, and then afterwards I'll tell you what I think of it. But, so yeah, so if you want to see that, just like, you know, stick around, hang out, hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and leave a comment down below what you think. So we're just gonna get right into it, just right, let's just do this because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm filming this, and my brain is gone. So let's just do this. So yeah, out of all three palettes, I actually think even just looking at this, you wouldn't think so, but I think from out of all three palettes, this one is probably the most versatile. Like, maybe not for other people who don't like very bright colors, but since I like very bright colors, this is really good for me. I used this as a base shade when I used the palette for the first time, and then I put this in my crease, and then I use this to darken up the outer edge of my crease. And this looks like a brown, but it's really more of a burgundy brown almost. And then I used this all over my lid. Now this is a highly metallic shade, and it kind of looks like that. The only problem is it doesn't pick up very well with a brush, and I'm just going to give you swatches of all of them since I didn't do that. It doesn't pick up very well with a brush, and when you lay it down on the eye, it doesn't necessarily put a whole lot of color down, but it will put some sparkles all over your face. It sure will. So what I wound up doing was I wound up going in with my sticky base, my LA Splash, was it LA Splash? Yeah, the LA Splash sticky base, and then laying the color down over that, and it looked a lot better, but it still had a lot of fallout. Now, some of the shades have a lot of fallout. This shade right here has quite a bit of fallout. This one is astronomical, like, but it's a weird kind of fallout because you can't really see the fallout for this unless you get super, super close to a mirror. And then you're like, oh. And it's the kind of fallout that you can't wipe off. So just let it sit there and do your concealer or whatever else, because you're just going to be left with like silver all over your face if you try to move it. So yeah. That's the only thing, but the colors are really pigmented, and I wore it for about 8 hours, and it didn't really fade very much. It didn't fade very much at all. I'm still kind of not impressed. I think it's just a very mediocre brand. Like, it's not, oh my god, Collab is coming out with something new, I have to get it. It's a pretty mediocre brand as far as I'm concerned. So this is probably one of the very few things that I will be getting from the brand ever again, but it's pretty. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to give you some swatches. Start off with the top row going this way and then this way. And like I said, they're pretty pigmented. Like, look at that. It's pretty pigmented. So this is the first shade in the row. That's that pretty blue that you know I was all over, right? Yeah, that's the reason I got it. Let's keep it real. Then there's this pretty pinky kind of purple, and finally this gold, and this is the second row, that beautiful orange shade, which I was very, very surprised by. Actually pretty surprised that I liked it. That is the High Shine metallic shade, which it does have a little bit of a reflect. I don't know if you can see it on camera. And then this is that burgundy brown shade, and finally that peachy matte shade. And this has, it's pretty dusty. It's pretty dusty. I had a lot of fallout with the burgundy brown shade and that duochrome shade, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes, 3 satins, and then that you know, duochrome shade. Now, looking at this palette, it's so weird because, like, looking at it, you wouldn't think that like the colors are cohesive, and they look like they probably wouldn't go very well together, and they kind of don't, except for the matte shades. They kind of don't. So these are like pops of color. Okay, so what do I think of these palettes, or of this palette, I should say, because I haven't tried the other two, so I really don't know. Once again, there's just something about this line to me that's just quite, it's just, and I'm not gonna lie, I like the palette, I really do like it, but it's not like, oh my god, I have to have, this is not a must-have. It's not a must-have, not by a long shot. I feel like there are better drugstore options. It's just an okay palette. It's not a must-have. It is a nice palette, don't get me wrong, it's a very nice palette, but it's not a must-have, and I still pretty much feel the same way I've always felt about this brand. It's kind of mediocre. Yeah, it's kind of mediocre, nothing special. It's very ho-hum, yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me for yet another review of something that nobody cares about. Let me stop. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. like I said, there probably aren't going to be a lot of videos in the coming weeks because just the sheer amount of work that I have to do. I will try, but I will not make any promises either. But yeah, it's gonna be rough, but I will make it through. I think. I hope. God, I hope. All right, guys. As usual, it's been real. It's been fun, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.